All right, you talked yesterday about what a good day one it was. Everybody come back strong today?
Yeah, it was a good day. I wouldn't classify it as good a mental day as it was a day, yesterday. Today was a little less mental. I thought that they, a little bit lethargic, trying to get going. Now we did a lot of team reps there at the end, and the tempo I felt like picked up. The competitiveness, it picked up, but no, it wasn't quite as good as yesterday.
Yeah. Okay. I want to ask you about Robert Nkemdiche. Guy's got a resume. Just talked to him. He seems pretty eager to get that career going again. Tell me about him, why he was a good mix to bring in.
Well, I mean, he's the number one rated defensive lineman in his class, and he's a dominant force. Now it's a matter of, can he pick up the CFL game? Can he be consistent? Can he do all the things that he used to do at the high school level that allowed him to become Robert Nkemdiche?
Yeah. What's his strengths?
Well, he's explosive. He's strong. He's 6'3", 315 pounds, and can really run, and is really an explosive player.
Yeah. You're rebuilding a D-line too. Is that defensively maybe the biggest challenge of putting this roster together this year? I think you're kind of set at DBs, linebackers, but putting that D-line together is maybe the big challenge this year? Well,
when you lose two guys like we lost, it's you have to replace them with guys that are good players. We've got to find those sacks, and those tackles for loss have to come from somewhere. So that's certainly been a target that we went out and tried to do a good job bringing the talented players.
Had a pretty good D lineman out helping you coach today in Almondo Sewell. Kind of cool to see him in green again.
Yeah, it is. That's what Almondo is. We won a Grey Cup together, and I'm very loyal to my guys, and he's a guy that he lives here in Edmonton, and so it's great to have former players with you, because they know what it took to get where we went.
Yeah. Can he still play? Is that conversation open?
No, he's moving on to the next part of his life. He's wanting to look at this coaching thing and see, test drive it and just see if it's something that he feels like he and his family would want to do.
How big a day is tomorrow for guys on the bubble?
Yeah, tomorrow's never a fun day. We've got to cut, 10 guys going into tomorrow, and that's never fun, at any level. Ever, and but it's the reality of pro football, and so guys have to show up this afternoon and make the corrections, and then tomorrow show big, or unfortunately we have to let them go home.
When you're making those decisions, do you focus more on guys' physicality, or maybe and how well they fit off in the mental side of the game?
Well, it's both. And it's really according to what position. It's very, critical at the quarterback position to be able to get us in and out of the huddle and that type of thing, and be, efficient academically. And, whereas maybe a defensive lineman, or maybe a little less thinking involved and more physicality involved. So, but at all levels, you have to be able to run a lot of different things and a lot of different defenses, offenses, special teams. And so, the academic part's always a portion.
Is there a bit of comfort knowing that it's such a hard decision, and it means that you've spent this entire offseason finding a really good group of players?
Yeah, I've got a really, Ronnie Cottrell he's the guy that architect of Florida State back in the day when they were like the most dominant. And then he was at Alabama when I was there, and one of the things he told me, he said, when you're having to make hard decisions, it means you've done the right thing. If it's easy decision personnel wise, then you really didn't do your job as the personnel finder.